Hello, this is Chetan Narula reporting for Cricket World, and my current pit stop is the new Optus Stadium in Perth. You can look behind me. It is ready to host its maiden test match starting on Friday between Australia and India. Gives a brand new feeling. Feels like the bubble wrap hasn't been taken off the stadium as yet. Of course, it's the first test match here, and India are in a unique position of taking a 2-0 lead in a test match series on Australian soil. And of course, it came about because they won the first test match in Adelaide by 31 runs to take a 1-0 lead. The first time ever that India have won the first match of a test series in Australia. So the three main talking points from that test match, of course, first of all, Cheteshwar Pujara. It's not the runs that he scored. Of course, he scored 100 in the first innings, took India to 250, scored a half century in the second innings and helped them put on a 323-run target. But it's the number of balls that he faced in that test match, 450, second only to Sachin Tendulkar, who faced 525 deliveries in a test match on Australian soil. And that was back in January 2004 in Sydney. Of course, that match ended in a draw. India couldn't win the series there. But Pujara positioned India in a good manner, and they were able to force through with victory there. The standout point for Pujara was not just the number of balls that he faced, but he knew which shots to play and which shots not to play on what turned out to be a very tough Adelaide Oval wicket. Not the regular turning and breaking wicket, but a one where the ball was just holding back a bit, and batting was not easy. Scoring runs was not easy. The second point, of course, is the Indian bowling attack, which 250 runs in the first innings, and they still edged out a lead. That's the quality of this Indian bowling attack when it goes overseas, especially in overseas conditions. In South Africa we saw that, in England we saw that, and they've continued to impress here. Slight hiccup in the second innings perhaps, when Australia were just about 30 runs close to the target, but in the end they did come through and took India to that victory. So the Indian bowling attack, again, to watch out for in the series, in this match, as the series unfolds. And third talking point, of course, the batting from both sides. India, yes, consistent batting lineup, experienced batting lineup, but they still could not come up with the runs. They had to borrow a template from Cheteshwar Pujara as to how to bat in this first test. Similarly for Australia, they had to borrow that template from Pujara and say, okay, we are going to bat like Pujara did. So Travis Head scored a half century, Sean March scored a half century in the second innings, but no batsman really went on and scored a triple-digit mark. That was the difference between the two sides as India took a lead in the series. So let's talk about the second test match, and there's only one aspect that you need to know. Can you see the pitch? Can you see the pitch behind me? Well, no, you cannot. Of course, it's covered, but even if it was not covered, it wouldn't have been visible because it's a total green top. This is the new stadium, the Optus Stadium. We've left the Waka, which is, somewhere across the river there. But it's almost like the pitch has been transported here. It's the same bouncy wicket, the same green top wicket that Test cricket in Perth is known for. The curator has promised us it is going to fly. And let me tell you, India are considering an all-seam attack. Bhuvneshwar Kumar in there, Umesh Yadav in there, Ishant Sharma, Shami and Jasprit Bumrah. One of them is going to be left out, and there's going to be no spinner, with Hanuma Vihari maybe turning his arm over. Australia have named an unchanged 11, and that's how the balance is between the two sides. India have been forced to make these changes with Ashwin out with a left abdominal strain, Rohit Sharma with a stiff back, and of course Prithvi Shaw continues to recuperate from his ankle injury. So India will go hard with their pace bowling attack. They've done that earlier in the year at Johannesburg, and remember, they won that match. It was a very, very raging green top, perhaps the worst test wicket I have seen from a batting standpoint, and India won that match against South Africa. It was a dead rubber, but on the strength of their pace bowling, half centuries from Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara in that match as well. So on all of those strengths, India won that match. And if India do win here, it will be 2-0. Something, again, like I mentioned at the top, and Tim Payne mentioned thrice in his press conference, something that has never happened for India on Australian soil. We'll be watching for 2-0.